Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to the show. As the second half of summer fills up, you may feel like the season's just flying by. Could be because you aren't taking enough time to relax or chillax to enjoy yourself. But making relaxation a part of your routine can make you feel like you're living your life to the fullest and being present.
Yeah, you want to enjoy it. Being busy all the time isn't so good. So here to tell us more about how we can make relaxation a priority in our lives, we want to welcome back actress and public speaker Brianna Brown. She's joining us via Zoom. Of course, she is my fellow Apple Valley Eagle. We went to high school together. Hi, friend.
Hi, how are you? Yes, I want to talk about how relaxation and vacation is actually a goal and something should be prioritized and put into your calendar, and not just something that's done once a year if you're lucky, so that we are restored and we're healthy. And it sounds like you guys are already on point because you start off with some really fun tequila today.
Yes. I think tequila to start any vacation is the best way to kind of relax.
We are pretty relaxed, but you're right. I mean, Brianna, we're in this like hustle culture. I mean, and it is like an American thing. I mean, a lot of people overseas don't understand how we work so hard. We live to work. We don't work to live, and we need to kind of switch that. So how do you recommend that we start to integrate relaxation into our daily lives, and even more so, let go of the guilt that kind of comes along with us relaxing?
I think it's all a choice. It's a choice of what do we prioritize, because I was in Berlin for 3.5 months while my husband was shooting the spinoff for Pitch Perfect. And while we were there, not only did I find out that there's maternity and paternity leave for 14 months.
What?
Whoa.
Yes, 14 months when you have a baby. That most of these people take weeks, if not months, off for vacation, because that culture prioritizes what? They prioritize relationship, adventure, because, at the end of the day, when you go to your gravestone, there's not your net worth and the title of your company. Right? So, if you read Tuesdays with Nori or the top 5 regrets of the dying, it just puts in perspective, what am I prioritizing? And we are such a go, 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 what can I accomplish culture that's why we often get so sick. So how do we prioritize staycations? How do we prioritize relaxation and putting it within our calendar? And this really hit home for me because recently my in-laws were at the 4th of July parade in Highland Park that got, the mass shooting.
I'm so sorry.
And they nearly died. And if that we could go into a whole host of things to talk about with that. But at the end of the day, it's how can we live our lives to the fullest and not the busiest? And the only way to do that is setting boundaries. The only way to do that is say, no, this is how I'm going to set this time so I'm not overscheduling. I'm going to prioritize that bath, or I'm going to prioritize that day or week, or maybe even, I don't know, maybe you're going to take a couple months off. I don't know. God bless. But it's so important to be working smart and not hard so that we are doing what we really want versus an endless to-do list. So one of the exercises I wanted to go into, which in the middle of the year, I always do pivot and polish. What do I need to do? How do I anchor into who I am now versus 6 months ago versus a year ago?
Oh, this is good. So not even like a New Year thing, like in the middle of the year, what have I done so far? Okay, and then it doesn't feel so overwhelming at the New Year.
Well, because the reality is life changes. So that's a big thing when people set New Year's resolutions, most of them quit and they don't work, or they have unrealistic goals, or they're not even thinking about my personal, relational goals as something that is as valid. And it is. Restoration, relaxation, personal relationships, your spiritual life is just as valid as your work goals. And when one is off, the other one's off. So how can you use that and really incorporate that? You can never expect perfection because that's just unrealistic. But how can I just revamp? How can I pivot and polish right now based on the reality of my circumstances? And so oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so one of the things, again, we do within my guidebook is saying, okay, let's tweak now. Let's just tweak, instead of, I have to achieve this thing, because it may not make sense. So with pivoting and polish, we go to page 361 of my guidebook.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and get a pen and get a paper, and what you're going to do is you're going to write out just stream of consciousness, whatever comes to you. And the irony is 95% of our habits are subconscious. Only 5% of our actions are actually in our conscious. So if we tap into our subconscious, we get a lot of insight. We know so much more than we realize if we just slow down. So when it comes to relaxation, I'm just going to ask, what is working with relaxation in my life? And so with that as the topic, just write down what is working. And then right after that, what is not working with relaxation or being restorative?
Oh, look,
and
we're
then
getting
why?
pens. This is great.
Yeah. So just go through it. Stream of consciousness. Just write it out. What is working? You're going to get an insight.
I
Trust
know.
me.
I feel like I'm like going to have to spend more time on this, but this is
No,
good.
it'll take. You got to go so fast.
Okay.
Because that's how you access your subconscious. What is working? Just whatever comes to you. And then the next one, what is not working? And why is it not working? And then what do I get to do to change what's not working? Simple. What do I get to do? And the next, what do I need to be to create what I want? What do I get to be? And if you do it really fast, you get an insight. And then the whole thing is you take that insight and you say, oh yeah, I need to prioritize date night. And date night's not just watching Netflix with my husband.
Right. And then you can start to actually look at what's working or what you want or what you can do to change, to put things in your calendar and actually make it happen. Brianna, it's good. I mean, it reminds you that this kind of stuff, sometimes I think we just need validation from somebody to hear that these things are important and they should be prioritized. Okay, come home to Minnesota soon.
Yeah,
we
thank
miss
you. Thank you so much.
will.
And I love the theme because, look, we need to talk more about this.
I know.
Because I'm not in favor of this whole Dwayne Rock Johnson team no sleep thing. Like, he's trying to make it cool that, like, hey, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you got to burn it from both ends.
I can't do
No,
it.
do what Brianna's doing.
Yes.
That's the important thing.
Rest a little bit. We posted more information on Brianna and a link to where you can buy her Manifesting Your Mission guidebook for yourself on TwinCitiesLive.com. I will fill this out, I promise.
Yes, I will fill this out. And coming up next, we're going to take a listen to a new version of an old classic song. How about that?
That sounds good.